Should you avoid working in tech due to the risk of layoffs? So I'm old. I have been working in corporate jobs for 20 years across multiple different industries, including tech. And personally, I don't feel that tech is any more risky than any other industry I've worked in. So to give you some examples, I was working in healthcare in 2008 when the recession started. And we all thought that we'd be fine because healthcare was thought to be a recession-proof industry back then. Everyone needs healthcare, right? It was absolutely impacted by the recession, and we went through multiple rounds of layoffs and then eventually went through a merger, which meant duplication, which meant more layoffs. What happened to my job? I actually moved to a different team and essentially got a promotion. So just because your company is doing layoffs doesn't mean you are going to get laid off. Then in 2013, I left healthcare to work at a commercial real estate company. I was there through 2019. So the years I was there, the economy was generally doing pretty well. That still doesn't mean that the commercial real estate company didn't do layoffs because they wanted to do a lot of reorganizations. And that's just like a fancy word for like doing some layoffs on one team so that they can increase the headcount on another team. What happened to me? I still had my job, and actually I was on one of the teams that was like increased in size, which included them adding analytics roles, which was how I was able to move into an analytics role. So again, unfortunately, some people get laid off and other people find new job opportunities. And then in 2019, I came to my first tech company. So I was 15 years into my career when I landed my first tech job. And in early 2020, before the pandemic was even really considered a threat, the tech company I worked for did layoffs. And then when the pandemic started and we were very heavily hit, we didn't need to do layoffs at first because we had already done them that year. And then even though we eventually recovered, they decided that the product I worked on wasn't really part of their like long-term plan, and they sold us to a competitor. So I went through another acquisition. Actually, I forgot to mention the first acquisition was with that commercial real estate company. Even though the economy was good and we were doing well, we still got acquired by a competitor, which meant more duplication and more layoffs. So that's 3 different companies in 3 different industries. In 2 of them, I experienced acquisitions. In 1, I experienced a merger. All of them, I witnessed layoffs. Thankfully, knock on wood, I have never been impacted by a layoff. And in 2 cases, it actually led to better opportunities for me. So would I say you should avoid any one industry because of the risk? I think if you're genuinely interested in working in that industry, then go for it because every industry has its risks and trade-offs.